I think everybody is, of course, heard of riba of sales. Riba of sales also is known as riba sunnah and riba hadith because it is mentioned in the hadith. It's not in the Quran, the riba of sales. Now, there's a few things that are important to understand very, very, very clearly. People, I think, in general, who have covered this area do know the general aspects, but there's some details that's very important to understand. Okay, so if you see on the table here, you will have the 6 items that are mentioned. The gold and silver, the wheat, barley, dates, and salt. Of course, gold and silver, of course, are metals. They are like currency. Wheat, barley, dates, and salt are foods or types of things that are used for foods. And they were staples at the time. The rule is the following. Items in the same category, so gold and silver in the same category, can only be traded for immediate exchange. Gold against silver must be traded only against immediate exchange. You cannot delay any one of them. If it is the same item from the same category, like gold for gold, it can only be traded for immediate exchange and equality. Must be equal and immediate. So I give you the gold now, you give me the gold now, immediate and equal. Equal in what? In weight. Why the weight? Because the weight is the custom of the people of Mecca during the revelations. That is the custom. This is the convention on gold and silver by weight. Okay? The wheat, barley, dates, and salt. Anytime you trade any of them against each other, also it must be for immediate delivery. Wheat against barley is immediate, wheat against dates is immediate, salt against barley is immediate. But they only have to be equal if they are the same, such as wheat and wheat, dates and dates, barley for barley, those have to be equal. And they're equal in volume. And volume is the custom of the people of Medina. Okay? At the time of the revelation, this was the custom of the people of Medina. They sold them by volume, and it will remain volume. Now, some scholars will tell you that these items will remain by weight and the foods will remain by volume until the day of judgment. You cannot change that. You can sell them by kilograms, but to know riba, you must look at volume. Okay? Only if you come out of the categories, such as gold and wheat. Gold and wheat, for example, first of all, they don't have to be the same quality in any shape or form, and one of them could be delayed. So you could buy wheat today and pay for gold later. Gold today, wheat later, which is called what? It's called salam contract, of course, when you pay the money now. Okay? Is that understood how they are traded? Or because it's very important to get it, because there's some things that are going to come out of this that is very important for people. So if anybody has questions concerning this, it is better for them to ask it now. Any questions or no?
Yeah, no, I think we have questions, but I will take them.
We'll take them.
Not a
Okay.
specific area.
Okay. Okay, so you have the two categories, gold and silver, and you have the category of wheat, barley, dates, and salt. These are the specific items that were mentioned. Items of the same category always must be traded immediate. When items are not from the same category, such as gold and wheat, two different categories, they don't have to be immediate. This is not a requirement. One of them could be delayed. Only when an item is the same, wheat for wheat, does it have to be the same volume. Barley for barley, the same volume. Now I put the colors here so that it makes it very easy for people to see. Okay? So when you see sort of the red here, gold for gold, it says equality. The word in Arabic is tamathul, equality. Okay? And immediate exchange. The word in Arabic is taqabud. Taqabud means hand to hand. I give you, you give me. When it's red, those items must be traded equally and immediately. Where it is yellow, only immediate exchange. They don't have to be the same weight. So you can trade 1 kilogram of gold for 5 kilograms of silver. Not an issue. but immediate, no delay. That's why it's yellow. The other color, the very light color, it means it's free. You neither have to have equality nor immediate exchange. It is not necessary. This is the riba of sales that our Prophet ﷺ taught us and has had been handed down to us. Now, if you look up, you will see it says the golden rule. Ignorance of equality is knowledge of inequality. Let me explain that. Riba is not always a thing that you have to have intention to do. It is not always an attempt to trick to do. Riba, you could fall into it. In riba al-buyu' riba, you could fall into it if you do not follow that particular ruling. That ruling is important. You must follow that ruling. Which means what? Which means if I exchange dates with you, and I say, Brother Muhammad, he's a bucket of dates or he's a bag of dates, and you give me a bag of dates. If we are not sure that they are of equal volume, then this is riba. What it says is our ignorance of whether it is equal is knowledge of inequality and therefore riba. This is the rule. In Arabic, it's called الجهل بالتماثل كالعلم بالتفاضل. Ignorance of equality. If we don't know that they are equal, that means you know they are unequal. Of course, you say, I don't know that they are unequal. But the rule in fiqh is that, yes, you do, because you did not make sure that they are. Okay? This is a very important. This is, you could fall into riba easily like this. Okay?
Brother, just to understand, the types that you have mentioned here, these are the situations which are allowed. Anything which is not like gold for gold, it has to be like same time equality. It has to be equal and it has to be immediate.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
If it is not equal and not immediate, then there is an element of riba there.
Correct.
If it is equal and immediate, then there is no riba.
There's no riba.
Right?
Correct.
My understanding is correct? Yeah.
Correct. Equal and immediate. If it's the same item, yes.
Correct. So we follow the table: silver for silver, wheat for wheat,
yes,
barley for barley. If we want to eliminate riba, it has to be immediate and equal.
Correct. Absolutely.
But if gold for silver, it has to be immediate, not necessarily equal.
Not necessarily equal. Correct.
Same gold for dates, not necessarily. It should be. It's free. It can be equal. It can be. There is no limitation there.
Exactly.
Right? So this is how the table is. Yeah.
No limitation on equality, and one of them can be delayed.
Okay.
So you can sell barley against gold on deferred payment. I'll give you the barley now. You get the gold later. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And there is no issue of the volume because they are different.
They are different. There you go. Excellent. Excellent. Okay.
Okay.
Now, in gold and silver, there is consensus that gold and silver jewelry is also the same as gold and silver currencies, as any other gold. All gold and all silver. There is a dispute a little bit. There are people there are a number of scholars and in history who said, but you know, when you have, let's say, a gold necklace, for example, you know, a woman wearing a gold necklace, they say there is no zakat on it, it's personal. Some people say there is zakat, some people say it's personal, there's no zakat. Therefore, why are we not looking at a gold necklace as a commodity? Why does it still remain as value, you know, as a currency? Why should it be the case? Why should, you know, who in their right mind want to exchange, you know, pure gold for gold jewelry, let's say, equal in weight? It doesn't make sense. Surely it should be the value. This is an issue that there is some dispute on it. In scholarly history, people like Ibn Taymiyyah and Ibn al-Qayyim said, in their view, once an item has become a jewelry, it has left the realm of prices. It's no longer currency. It should be traded as a commodity. There are today disputes. The majority, it seems, the consensus is still that gold and silver jewelry are the same as gold and silver coins, are the same as gold and silver bars, are the same as gold and silver, you know, grains when you're selling in grains. The same, all the same. All gold and silver are the same. It doesn't become a commodity. People like in Al-Azhar and other places say, no, it's a commodity and you can buy it a commodity. This will become important later when we talk about modern, things that people do. Well, I'll say it now because we might forget. Let's say it now.
Sure.
When you go and buy gold, how do you buy it? If you go and you want to buy something gold for your wife or for somebody, you buy a ring or you buy a necklace or a bracelet. How do you buy it? You buy it on credit. You buy it on credit, it's riba, immediately, because it's gold. This is the difference. Those people who dispute that say no, because it's a necklace. It's not a commodity now. It's not a problem. Those who say that, it's riba. So we have to watch out. You say, how did I commit riba? You committed riba because you bought on credit. Money against gold, silver against gold has to be immediate, for immediate delivery. This has caused a problem, and there have been many fatwas concerning this issue, where people are paying these days. As you know, people pay by either, many people don't pay by cash. They will pay by debit card or credit card. Okay? Now, credit card, at first, it was not allowed to buy gold and silver by credit card. And some people have allowed it because they saw that it had the power of cash. That when a person is getting the piece of paper saying, we will pay you, the bank will pay. Other scholars say, no, it's not acceptable because the actual payment to the merchant when you buy it may not come on that day, may not be immediate. Yes, he's owed, the bank says to him that, but it may not be immediate, right? It's it could take a day to depend on the settlement of what he's agreed with the bank. Same thing, Sheikh Sulaiman Ruhaili said, even a debit card I do not accept. He said, if you pay by debit card, now you think debit card is cash, right? It's, he said, even debit card, do not leave the store until you are sure that the cash has hit the merchant's account. Otherwise, it is riba. So it's important to understand some scholars are very conservative, some scholars are less so, some scholars are different doing things. So, with one scholar, you could be committing riba, with another one, he says this is okay. It happens. That's just the way it is.
Like, if I purchase jewelry on a credit card or a debit card for a value, so what element is riba? If there is a possibility, remote possibility of the riba, what element could be riba? If I'm paying anything extra or?
No, there's no extra. You could pay it because you're paying money. It doesn't matter. There's no reason for equality. As long as you're paying money, no. The reason is not. It's the immediate exchange. Okay. It is important that now imagine if you're paying for gold online. You just bought something online. When will they deliver it to you? When did you pay them? You paid them now? Did the money go to them now? And when will they deliver the gold? Later? You just broke the rule. It's riba. You see? So what they do, the scholars, of course, they have found solutions. And what they tell you is that if you do that by online, the company or either have an agent or have the company itself be your agent to take delivery of the gold. And now it's an amana with them, right? Because otherwise you bought something to be delivered later. Khalas, it's riba. So be careful with that. You have to have the appropriate functions. Now, I think most companies would do that. They would keep it in custody for you until such time as they. But you have to make sure that it has now been assigned to you, right? That particular necklace is now assigned to you, because otherwise, if what did you actually buy, right? It has to be specific to you. So these are the current problems that a lot of people have when it comes to jewelry. And immediate delivery and making sure it's weight by weight. Another one that happens in the market a lot is that people sometimes go with their old jewelry and they would like new gold. This happens a lot in the Gulf, where women want to get rid of old gold and get new gold. It must be weight for weight. Now what happens, of course, is that the seller, the merchant, the fabricator, the gold jeweler, want to sell them his gold for a higher price. So he asks them for more money, even though the weights might be equal or the weights are less. So he asks for more money. This is riba. The scholars do not like that at all. So what they say is, do not exchange. Do not exchange your old jewelry gold for gold. Sell it first. Sell it. Get rid of it. Sell it. Take the money and then buy what you want. don't go into, because anytime you don't know, anytime you are unsure of the weights, immediately you are falling into areas of riba, which could be very, very difficult, especially, we are all just normal people who are not scholars to sit around and look at every rule. So how's a normal person going to be able to, discover everything, right? It's very difficult. So they say avoid the subject altogether and just simply sell your gold, then buy new gold. Another one is when you manufacture gold. You go to a fabricator and you say, I would like to actually make, you want to make a gold ring. You make a gold ring, and what are you going to pay him for his work? You're going to pay him money. When will he deliver his work? 3 days? 4 days? You have just broken the rule of immediacy, of taqabud. Why? Because the gold belongs to him. He is the fabricator. This is called istisna. Istisna is a manufacturing contract. It is his gold. So he's going to take time to manufacture it. You have just broken the immunity. You cannot pay with it, currency or for silver. What you need to do is buy the gold first. Buy the gold, then give it back to him and say, please manufacture it as a ring or as a necklace and so on. This is unbelievably common, these things that happen. People don't know, but it's so unbelievably common. If you go to any country, from the Middle East all the way to India, how many people out there are running around exchanging gold and doing these kind of things in the souk? You know, and I know. We know it's a lot.
Correct.
It happens, right? People who live in our area, in London, you will not find this maybe, but here, in the souk, there are people doing it left, right, and center. And in India and other places, in Malaysia, this happens a lot. And all of these could be aspects of riba. Extremely important to be careful about. Okay?